A new era in Giant football. We speak with Coach Chambers, Josh Huff, and his plans to grow a Giant band coming up right now on this episode of the Giant Showcase.
Welcome to the Giant Showcase. I have a special guest. It's a treat for you, Coach Craig Chambers of Marion High School football team. And we, as promised, are going to be talking about a new era in Giant football. Coach, you are having a fabulous season this year. You've won 3 of 4 games so far, and I know that you're going to win some more.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you are indeed. So what I want to talk about is you've got some great powerhouse players. They're seniors, right? Not all of them are seniors, though, right?
Yes, mm-hmm.
So Anderson,
Yes.
41-19, you won.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome.
Yes.
And you won against Mount Vernon, right? You won against Huntington North, 39-14. That was your opening game of the season, right?
Yes.
What does it feel like when you know you're going out? It's the first game of the season. You've been practicing and preparing, and you go out and you never know. You think you're going to win. You know you're going to win because you are the Giants, right?
Yes,
you are champions. What does it feel like that first game to step out on the field with the anticipation?
I felt great. I mean, it was more great for the fans and the kids to kind of overcome adversity and get that first victory. So they was excited. I was excited for them.
You right now, this is your best start, your 3-1 start right now since what, 2006, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That says a lot about your coaching style.
Yeah, I mean,
and the team.
Yes, we have a
right?
great team, and I have a great coach staff. I mean, I have some guys that's been with us for a while, and some guys that was in Marion that we really put together a pretty good team this year as far as coaches.
So now I have some statistics here in front of me, and for example, on defense, you're averaging right now 3 sacks per game. So are you happy with that, 3 sacks per game?
It's a good start. I mean,
yeah.
You know, we as coaches, we always strive to get better.
Yeah.
And I think we have a dynamic group. I think we can get better.
Now, tell me real quick, for those that don't know you, how many years have you been coaching?
High school, I've been doing it probably 9 to 10 years. I started in the youth league, so probably about 12, 13 years.
12, 13 years. That's awesome. That's right. So you know what to do. You know how to bring the best out of your students, out of the athletes. Then.
Yeah, I do. And then, like I said, too, some of the coaches, I'm still kind of a baby in the game. But like I said, I got a dynamic staff with me, so we do a pretty good job.
So then tell me, this is going to be a really obvious question, answer, really. Why should the community be excited about Giant football?
First of all, we got to get behind our youth kids.
I agree, totally.
Yeah, get behind them. And
they're our future.
Yes, definitely a future. And just they're a great group of kids striving for excellence. They want discipline. They want the character building. It's just a great group of people. So I think the community should get behind because it takes a village to raise a child. So if we all get together, we can really, really help these kids.
Right, right. So let me ask you then, taking it one game at a time and practice, hours and hours of practice, right? A lot of time and energy goes into, it comes from everyone involved.
Yes,
students, it goes into this, getting ready for each game. And we know that there's lots of time spent in the weight room, on the field, just all of that. That's an evident thing. We know that. But really, it's a mental sport.
Yes, definitely.
How do you then, because there's a lot of strategy involved, how do you then help the players mentally prepare for a game?
So you got 60 plays, and each play lasts about 6 seconds. So
okay, 6 seconds. You have 6 seconds to make something happen.
6 seconds to make it happen.
You know, I think my eyes blink that fast.
Yes,
well, okay, maybe that is a blink of an eye.
Yes,
6 seconds. Okay, so now you're trying to now mentally think, how am I going to be trained in my mind to know what I'm going to do in 6 seconds?
Right, and then it's just repetition. We tell them it's 3 minutes. You do all the preparation and all that thing for 3 minutes and 60 seconds in the whole game. Hours of practices, hours of film time, and you only have 3 minutes and 60 seconds to make it happen. You win and lose a game in that 3 minutes and 60 seconds. So just drilling into them and instilling it into them and let them know this time is not on our side. I think they're kind of picking it up.
So it's an element of muscle memory, if you will. Just so you just kind of go right into like autopilot, if you will, because you've done it so many times.
Yes, ma'am.
So then that right there goes back to what you were just saying earlier about instilling discipline into those young men. And that is going to be something then that they can carry with them throughout the whole entire rest of their lives.
Yes.
And I then have one other question for you, and because we are talking about excellence in athletics here, and we know that the Giants are champions, right? So then what do you think is the most important aspect of a championship team?
That's a good question. It's a lot of discipline. It's a lot of hard work. It's building character in a guy. I mean, we play the game of football, but it's a game of life that we really try to teach it. So for a championship team, if we have, if we're respecting each other, respecting adults, having good character, and you're student athlete, so you got to get to class and do what you do. And if you can do all that pretty good, then you kind of build a championship team.
Do you think you've got a lot of seniors on the team this year, right?
Yes.
How many do you have on the team this year?
21.
21, and then you have maybe roughly I can't remember what you have a good number that are seniors.
Yes.
And that's I can't remember what the percentage is. Forgive me for not remembering that. But you have a lot of young, up and coming athletes that are looking to them as role models.
Yes.
They may not be aware of it, but those kids are going to be following in their footsteps. They see them as role models. Are they aware of that? Your seniors and the players that are on the team right now?
Yes, ma'am, definitely. We do a lot with, not a lot, but we do some with our youth and our middle school. And I told them that we want to make the youth and the middle school look at them and say, I want to be number 12 when I get in high school. That's the mindset we want to have. And I told them how you carry yourself and how you communicate and talk and your actions as kids are looking at you. So you are role models to the young kids. So if they carry themselves in a good way and continue to do that, then the youth will want to follow suit.
So, well, you know what, Coach, we're out of time.
All right.
But, I want to say a great big thank you for coming out here, taking the time out of your busy day. I know that you came out during practice time.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
thank you for doing that.
No
I know that was
problem.
a sacrifice. And thank you to the team for allowing us to have him for just a few minutes so that we could come and talk about your excellence as Giants. And in our book, you're champions, each and every one of you. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more Giant Showcase. And what goes better with football than a marching band? We have Director Josh Huff, who will be joining us with the Marion High School Marching Band. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Grew up in a small town, and when the rain would fall down, I would pray. I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly. I'll do what it takes till I touch the sky, and I'll take a risk, take a chance, make a change, and break away.
Hit it. It takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to make it out of time. It takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to make it out of time. Hit it.
Support the Red Cross and change a life, starting with your own.
And welcome back to the Giant Showcase. I have with me Marching Giants Director Josh Huff, and we have a lot to talk about today. I want to jump right into the fact that the Marching Giants are the only competitive marching band in the county.
Right, we're the only one in Grant County, and probably there's some in Muncie and Kokomo, so we're the only one within probably 45-minute radius of the school.
That's significant. So you're really representing a
Right.
large portion of, should I say North Central Indiana?
No, because there's a lot. When you get outside the county, you get some areas. So.
All right. How many students do you have participating?
47 this year.
47.
So,
that's a significant.
Yeah, we had 20 my first year out here. This is my third year. So
your third year. I was going to ask that. You read my mind. Wonderful. Well, then tell me then, number-wise, since we're talking numbers, you have 41 right now, but do you have plans on growing that number in the near future?
Yeah, I would like to be, over 100 eventually would be a nice number, 200 in the marching band, whatever we can get to. Throughout the whole program, when I came in 2014-15, we were running right at 60. And this year we have 125 in the band program at the high school. So.
Wow, that's a big growth. Now, do you have then kind of like within the middle school and the elementaries? Do you have students that are looking forward to joining the marching Giants?
Have at Justice we have 144 this year, and that's our 6th grade band. That's where they start, and then we have 183, 85 somewhere at McCullough in 7th and 8th grade, and then we have the 128 at the high school, or 25 at the high school.
Wow, folks, are you listening to these numbers? It's not like 35, 25 here, a handful there. We're in the hundreds. That's amazing to me, and I hope that you're grabbing onto that, and you're as surprised as I am, because that's a big program and a lot of responsibility that lies in your.
We tell a lot of people we're the fastest growing program in the state, easily. So.
Wow. Well, tell me a little bit about you have the Marion Giants Community Night coming up.
Yes.
Well, actually, you had that. I'm sorry.
Right. We had that the beginning of the season for us in September. Our season starts the weekend after Labor Day, and so I always try to do a community night either the first weekend or second weekend. And we had one this year. Was the first weekend worked out for us, and we had about 200 people there in attendance. And then Tim George from WBAT was our MC for the night for us, and it worked out really well. So pleased with the kids.
Let me jump then real quick then into, let's think about something here. Marching band, it's a definite commitment, time, energy, discipline on the students, their families,
right.
You, the staff. Give us a little bit of an idea, for those that don't know, what kind of effort goes into preparing for competition, as well as just learning the choreography and the music?
We have, let's talk staff first. We have 2 different types of staff. We have a design team staff that consists of the person that puts all of our drill on the field for us, that he writes it all out and designs it. And then we have a music staff. I'm a part of all of that, so I have the responsibility of everybody. And then I have an instructional staff, so I have a woodwind instructor and a visual instructor that comes in and helps, and then I have a percussion instructor and then a flag instructor. All of those positions, everybody with the exception of our woodwind person lives outside of the county. The woodwind person is my wife, so she gets to hang out with me. And
that's convenient.
Yeah, it is. And she's always been,
and
except
it makes for a good team too.
Yes, it's really, and she's always been my woodwind instructor, so that helps out a lot. And then we, so that's the adults that are involved, and their families, of course, are involved. And then, so they give up their summer nights and they give up their week vacation in the end of July for band camp, and Saturdays they spend on the road with the kids. And then, of course, then you have the kids who have to give up 2 nights a week. We practice Monday nights and Thursday nights. For just 2.5 hours, and that's minimal.
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
Twice a week.
Twice a week. 5 hours for the entire week. And then they give up Friday night home football games, and Saturdays are on the road. So on a typical September weekend, if we have a football game, we see them Thursday night, Friday night, and then all day Saturday.
Wow. Okay. I don't know about you, but folks, have you ever thought about the amount of time and energy and commitment? That's dedication.
Yeah.
That's serious dedication. And I'm going to ask you then a couple of questions that I asked Coach Chambers as well, because you are competing.
Right.
So then what do you think is your greatest challenge this season as far as getting the band ready for competition?
Our biggest challenge is probably making sure they understand what's coming next. It's hard to anticipate. You can't do anything about the weather. You can't do anything about the other elements that you can't control. So we try to teach them to control what they can control. They can control their playing. They can control how they move on the field. They cannot control if they fall down. They can do everything they can.
And that happens, I'm sure, because you are carrying big instruments.
Yeah, or somebody makes the wrong step and you have a little collision. Those things
Yeah.
do happen. You try to minimize as much as you can and get the kids ready, but sometimes you can't control the uncontrollables, and that's what we try to tell the kids all the time.
Right. So then let me jump real quick. We just have a few seconds left. Competition. How do you prepare for competition mentally?
For me, it's just old hat. I've done this. This is my, as a teacher, 13th or 12th year, sorry. But since I've been a student, this is my 20th year. So for me, this is just
So very
second
familiar
nature.
then.
Yeah.
You have a lot then that you can bring to the
Right.
students. And so how then are you able to help them prepare?
We tell the kids exactly what's going to happen. We give them an itinerary at the beginning of the week so they know.
So get rid of the unknown.
Right, and eliminate as much questions as possible, as many questions, so you don't have to deal with all of the outside influences. And then we try to get them to understand that this is different than a home football game. The crowd is paying attention. Not that our crowd's not paying attention. There's still people talking and doing the things at concession. Nobody moves at a marching band contest. So nobody does anything. You watch the band and then you do your stuff. So all of that attention, then we try to make sure they understand.
So stay focused.
Yeah.
And that can be hard to do when there's a lot of exciting things going on all around you, and you get the nerves and the jitters
Right.
and all of that. So you know what, we're all out of time. So Josh, I want to thank you so much for coming in and visiting with us for just a few minutes and giving us the behind the scenes look at what goes into
Thank you.
preparing for being a marching giant.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks. We'll be right back with some more Giant Showcase. Don't go anywhere.
Hey.
Ready to go?
Yeah, but the fire's not out.
Close enough.
Close enough? If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. I mean, the next thing you know, you've torched our whole neighborhood.
Which is why we're not going anywhere.
Exactly. 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
In many ways, my job at Boeing feels like a continuation of my role in the Air Force Reserve.
What's longitude 4 or 5?
Like when I'm refueling aircraft from a KC-135 tanker at 20,000 feet. Plus, there's a unique fellowship within the military and my civilian job. We take care of each other and support one another like family. Many people spend their whole lives looking for their dream jobs. I have that dream job.
Start your adventure with the Air Force Reserve.
Welcome back to the Giant Showcase. We've been showcasing excellence in athletics, the arts, and we're about to do that with the academics as well. And I have with me Superintendent Brad Lindsay. Thanks for joining me again. And wait, I can't, there's a glare. What is this?
Oh, Angela, this is one of our 8 state championship rings here at Marion High
the
School
bling
for
there
our
was so...
boys basketball state championship. And of course, we have some baseball and some golf and some tennis to go along with that as well. Thank you for noticing. Go Giants.
Right. That's good. I love it. You know, we've been talking with Coach Chambers earlier, right?
Yes.
And we also talked with the Marching Giants director, Josh Huff. And, you know, one of the predominant themes that we've been seeing is just how dedicated that the students are and the commitment that they are investing into their respective areas, whether it be football or Marching Giants. And the other thing that I'm also seeing is the team that it takes.
Yes.
You have Coach Chambers, you have Director Huff, but both of them were so quick to point out that it takes a team of people to make it all happen, and that it's about discipline and building character. And that's something that I'm seeing throughout the entire school system.
Absolutely. Our students are why we exist at Marion Community Schools, and it takes a whole community. It takes a whole community to win a state championship. But if our students are our most important asset, which they are, our students are our future, as you talk about, then we need the best. So we only hire the best. And so we're looking for the best character. We talked about with Coach Chambers here earlier, and we talked with Josh Huff, our director of bands. Those are 2 examples. They're men of character, and they're mission motivated to provide our students their very best. And we talk about creating lifelong giants, giants for life, real world, life ready, giants for life, to make a difference across our globe for people. And so to do that, preschool through 12th grade is a journey. We hire only the best. They're mission motivated. They're going to be intentional about developing character, discipline, and it takes a team to do that.
Yeah, you know, I look forward to over the next several months of getting an opportunity to meet several of these other people that are helping to instill that into our children as we bring on more guests to the show.
And our champion kids. We've got great
kids,
students,
definitely.
and so we're going to get their students on this show as well, and you're
I
going to
hope
love
so.
them. You're going to be so impressed. We've got the best kids.
I already am impressed, so I'm sure I can't wait. I know that you all are as well. So you have 2 high school seniors right now that have been awarded the National Merit Scholarship, right?
Yes.
You want to share with us a little bit about that?
We have 2 students this year. That's 4 in the past 2 years.
You had 2 last year.
And Anne Marie Conrad and Micah Hoeksma. And those 2 are 2 that make the other 99% possible. You know, you must be in the upper 1% percentile across the country. And so we're so thankful for them.
Glad you put that. I have a quick little statistic here to share because I know this was something that really amazed me, right? I'm just going to read it right here. Out of your students that apply, it's a prestigious designation. Only about 1% of the 1.5 million students who attempt or apply each year get this honor.
Yes, and we have 2 in 4
1%
in the past 2 years.
in 1.5 million. That's huge, and you've got 2, so 4 total in the last 2 years.
So you know they're great character kids. They're very diligent. They take on the mind of Christ, as we would say. They're pure-hearted. They're character people, and they're very diligent and focused. And so God gave them a great mind, and they use it.
So true. Now you know there's another thing that we need to talk about as well, and that's the fact that you're graduates, right? Your graduates are earning AP Scholar honors. You have a big laundry list of students that are standing out. They're earning honors from the College Board.
They absolutely are. You know, we had 1 student last year pass 8 advanced placement examinations. You must score 3 or higher. We had 1 student pass 8. When you look at nationally, we have a higher percentage. We want all of our students challenging themselves all 4 years of high school with math and English and science and a full resume, get involved in everything. So we also challenge them to take the most strongest classes that they can take, and that's the advanced placement. We have a higher percentage. That means more students per average at Marion High School are higher than across the nation. More percentage of our students taking the AP, but then also more percentage of our students passing the AP. We're way above the national average, and the national average is way above the state. So we're so proud. We offer courses that nobody else around offers, and our students are very diligent in that.
So now, to kind of point out something that you just said, you've got more students taking the classes, more students taking the test.
Yes,
usually, and passing. And something that usually happens is the larger the number, the lower you have in the passing.
Right,
but that's not happening.
That's not happening. In one way, I'm okay with that in this regard. That means they're challenging all semester. They're challenging themselves all semester in the most challenging class possible. And so even if they didn't pass, they were challenging themselves. But what we have is a higher percentage taking it. And you're right, usually that means lower passing. Not at Marion High School, with even a higher percentage passing. So more taking it and more passing it. We're so proud. And that's a result of the students, the parents, the families, and the community that help us. But we've got awesome teachers.
I was just going to ask you about that. What is it do you attribute that to, that success rate to?
Passionate teachers that prepare well and invest the time, because it takes a lot of extra time to prepare, to maximize that time to get students prepared at that level. And then students want to sacrifice, be selfless, learn how the self-discipline to say no to some things that can be distracting to them, and to stay locked in on purpose. Be on mission, be on task, and strive for excellence. And that's what's happening at Marion High School. We're striving for excellence every day.
And you know, there are so many excellent things that are happening throughout the entire Marion Community School system, right?
Angela, you're right. Praise God, from whom all blessings flow. It takes a team, as you've been talking about, team, and we're Team Marion. We're one giant nation, united we stand, and we stand strong. We stand strong to provide our students our very best, and prepare our students to be giants in life and service to others. That's the Marion way. That's what we're about. I'm so thankful for our parents. Our parents have faith in us. Their children are so important.
True.
And they're choosing Marion Community Schools. They're having faith in us to educate the heart, the mind, the behaviors and habits. healthy, happy, life ready, and that's what we're about. We have such a great community partnerships. With our community, we've got strong assets in Marion, and everyone is rallying around our kids. Our kids are our future. Providing our kids, our community, our best, that is our mission. And like no other time, we're experiencing positive. God is blessing because people are prepared, people are on task, people are on mission motivated to provide our kids our best, and our kids are producing everything from the arts, as we talked about, from music to athletics to the academic excellence. Our kids are graduating Marion High School life ready to compete and contribute across the globe, be difference makers, be world changers. That's the Marion way.
That's so true. And you know, it's that solid foundation that you are growing upon that allows us to have so much excellence to spotlight right here on the Giant Showcase. And unfortunately, we're out of time. But you know what? There's a lot more. So we're going to stay tuned for some more Quality Family Program. But next month, I promise you, we'll bring you some more excellence in the arts, athletics, and academics right here on WSOT TV.